The original meaning of Hotep is Egyptian for satisfaction or contentment and serves as a greeting in Afrocentric circles. But in the past decade, it's come to be connected to self-styled Hoteps and others who identify with their often toxic beliefs. You know you're dealing with the Hotep when they regurgitate more than one of these white supremacist beliefs under the guise of black progression. Key similarities between Hebrew Israelite-flavored Hoteps and Christian identity white supremacists are that they both believe they are the true descendants of the lost tribes of Israel and that the Jews are evil and control the world. Other forms of anti-Semitism that aren't Nazis in Germany or neo-Nazis in America are Nation of Islam members and leaders like Louis Farrakhan, who said, "The Jews were responsible for all of this filth and degenerate behavior that Hollywood is putting out, turning men into women and women into men." This brings me to the next similar talking point, homophobia. You've probably seen more than a few black men and women claim that there's a gay agenda in place meant to destroy the black family. Not only does this parallel mid-20th century fears that white homosexuals were invading the government and that they would destroy the family unit and white Christian ideals, but it's near identical to white supremacist assertions that gay people can't properly raise children and therefore should not be allowed to adopt. These are the same pro-life people who decry abortion as the genocide of their race, even while over 107,000 kids sit in foster care every year. This is a major talking point of white supremacists and Hoteps, who both insist that women of their respective races who terminate pregnancies or support pro-choice policy are selfish race traitors. Large portions of both groups dislike contraception, with Hoteps saying it's an unnatural poison meant to sterilize black women, and white supremacists saying it makes women selfish. As whites are on track to be a minority by mid-21st century, abortion symbolizes the destabilization of the family unit. Neither Hoteps or white supremacists have qualms with weaponizing women's wombs for a perceived race war, as they both believe their respective women should put race first. This of course brings me to anti-feminism. White supremacists like Richard Spencer, Andrew Anglin, Matthew Forney, and countless others hate feminism, with claims ranging from it being outdated to completely unnecessary evil that feminizes men. This has been a common theme in white circles for decades, where the value of women is determined by childbearing and their ability to marry white men, meaning that most white women have not and do not self-identify as feminists. Meanwhile, Hoteps like Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson claim feminism is a white plot that destroys the black family by making black women manly and feminizing black men. Both groups see feminism as targeting and victimizing men, falsely believing that women gaining rights means stripping men of theirs, like when white supremacists act like black civil rights victories trample on their rights. The last similarity I'm noting is a denial of rape culture. Whether it's white Trump supporters claiming that Trump's grab him by the pussy comment was just unproblematic locker room talk and that liberal social justice snowflakes are too sensitive about boys being boys, or black Hoteps who act like discussing sexual assault and domestic violence statistics in the black community or holding Bill Cosby and R. Kelly accountable for their crimes is akin to lynching black men or endorsing the KKK, neglecting rape culture is too common. Though there are other similarities I could have mentioned, making fun of black women who wear weave, hatred of interracial relationships, and pushing the bootstrap narrative capitalism, for example, these 5 I've listed illustrate the typical male Hotep's desire not to destroy the white man's misogynistic and homophobic white supremacy, but to emulate it with themselves at the top of the food chain.